Hi everyone, it's Angela with Create Your Future. Happy Saturday. I'm back with a new video. And today, guys, we are talking about how to get rid of a third party. I have done this in my life. Yes, it works. Yes, you can do it. You can get rid of a third party. And I want to elaborate on a few more things just in general about manifesting a specific person, dealing with, kind of the bad behaviors, things that we see showing up in relation to everyone as you pushed out. So I want to talk a little bit more about all of this and give you some clarity and encourage you to know that you can get rid of a third party. Absolutely. Before we start, don't forget we're giving away that really awesome course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything at All. This course has got great feedback, and that's what manifesting is all about, right? You can have anything. It's only your resistance, that internal block that keeps you separate from experiencing it in the 3D. So check out that course for sure, as well as my course, Awaken to I Am. This is all about stepping into your God state, recognizing that you are the only operant power and believing in that so that you can see the things that you want show up. When you learn to consciously manifest from feeling, I am the I am in my reality. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one, please sign up for coaching. I can help you in any way at all. I've had clients get great success. And so I'd love to work with you one-on-one in a coaching session. So everything is in our description box. Okay, I've got some notes for myself here to make sure I cover these points that I want to share with you in our video about getting rid of a third party. So first of all, let's talk about why most likely a third party has shown up in your life. If you're experiencing that in your romantic relationship, it has come from at some point in time prior to that third party showing up, you being in a state of not feeling like you are enough for whatever reason, feeling like maybe you don't look right, you don't have the right job, you don't have the right income, you're not thin enough, you're not tall enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not handsome enough, you don't live in the right neighborhood, whatever, you feel in some aspect that you're not enough, that your person is wanting somebody in some way that would be better than you, right? So you have to be really honest and think about what were you thinking about before this happened in the relationship, all right? And then reverse engineer. And the way you do that is look at, the way you were thinking and feeling about yourself and begin to change that story. So the very first thing you do is begin to build yourself up. You want to create that feeling space within. You want to be enough and feel that you're enough. And so you have to do that for yourself. You have to create a new story within that, no matter how much money you're making, no matter what you look like, no matter the job that you have, no matter where you live, you are enough just because you're you, just because you're here. That's what you really need to begin to believe, that you don't have to show up and do certain things and look a certain way in order to be with a certain person. And it doesn't even matter what they may have told you in the past because of XYZ, because you do this, because you don't do this, because you look this way, because you don't look this way. Whatever they have said, that doesn't matter, because somehow, some way, what they're telling you anyway is just a reflection of some story that you are believing internally. So first and foremost is begin to build yourself up. And you can do that any way that you want. You can do that by affirming. You can do that by scripting. You can visualize. However you do that, you begin to tell yourself, just as I am right now, I am more than enough for this relationship. I am irreplaceable because I am me. I am valuable just because of who I am. Because I was born and I'm here, I am enough. I am worthy of any relationship with any person. I am worthy of anything that I want to experience. You build yourself up. You make yourself feel good about you. You can't wait for the person to come in and validate that. You can't look outside in the 3D and wait for something to show up and tell you those things. You have to do it for yourself. You have to get very real with yourself. You have to, examine how you have been talking to yourself and really dig deep into those stories that a lot of times are just playing in that subconscious space. But so first and foremost, you begin to work on you. And this is the self-concept piece that we're always talking about. And it's so important because your self-concept creates your state of being. Your state of being, who you are identifying with, that is what's manifesting. That is what is aligning you to those experiences. So you have to change it. Neville says, no one to change but self. We're always telling you no one to change but self. But that is the truth because you are manifesting everything and it is your state that is connecting you to these outcomes, to these 3D experiences. So you have to change your state of being. You have to build yourself up. You have to create a new internal story that you are worthy, that you are deserving, and that you can have any person, any relationship that you want. Okay. Now, we talk a lot about when we're manifesting everyone as you pushed out. And I want to dive into that just a little bit because yes, you are creating every experience. Yes, people are responding to who you are, but sometimes we beat ourselves up when the undesirable things show up in our life. And I've had clients when they are dealing with like a really unhealthy relationship and a person that is showing up in a way that is unhealthy. And they say, it's my fault. I did it. I created them to be this way. It's my fault. Do not do that. And I just want to talk a little bit more about everyone as you pushed out. Yes, that is completely and totally 100% true. But the way that everyone as you pushed out sometimes is that if you are, emotionally in a lower state, you're lacking confidence, you're not feeling good about who you are, you're not really feeling worthy of healthy relationships, you are going to manifest a person in that matches where you are vibrationally. So what I mean is, it's not that this amazing, wonderful Prince Charming guy is over here being his best self. He meets you and then immediately turns into this horrible monster and you created him to be this because everyone is you pushed out, right? No. You manifested him into your life, yes, but he was just a match. He was already in that kind of space. He was already in that kind of lower vibrational place, and that was a match for where you were, right? That's why you manifested him into your life, or her, for, if you're a guy and you're manifesting that kind of experience with your gal or whatever your preference is. You've manifested somebody in that is just reflecting back that state of where you are, okay? So everyone as you pushed out, it can show up in different ways, but don't beat yourself up. Don't say it's all my fault. I created this. Be accountable. Go back and look at what you were thinking about yourself. Recognize that. Be accountable for that. Change that story. All right. And, don't just, take the blame and feel bad about everything that comes into your experience. Know that everyone as you pushed out shows up in various ways, and we can manifest people into our experience. They're already doing those things and having that kind of a negative lifestyle, I guess you could say, and we manifest them in as they are. Okay. And then that dynamic can, become exacerbated, and then we push out all sorts of things. And because you're in that state, they're in that state, and you kind of find yourself on a loop. Okay. But here's the good part, and here's what I want you to know. When you begin to see yourself differently, when you begin to put yourself on the pedestal, when you begin to realize you deserve absolutely everything in this relationship, you deserve your person, and you deserve to be the priority, and you deserve to have them coming in now committed and faithful and kind and respectful and loyal and loving and mature and all of those things. And you begin to raise in your vibration, in your emotional state, and in the way you are feeling about yourself, they are going to come up and match that now, okay? That's what's amazing about manifesting. That's what everyone as you pushed out also means. As you begin to shift, as you begin to change, as you begin to have a different experience within about who you are and what you are worth and what you deserve, your person will reflect that out as well. Okay? So, begin to think highly of you. Think about how you were thinking about yourself before the third party showed up, before the breakup happened, whatever. And be honest with those things. Don't beat yourself up. Realize that people come into our lives, and they match, our emotional state. Don't feel bad. Don't feel horrible about, who you have been. Just recognize what you were thinking about. Recognize those thoughts. Recognize how you were thinking about yourself. And now choose to create a new story and know that your person is going to come up and match that. Okay. Also, I've heard a lot of coaches on different channels say things like, as you change, as you grow, as you evolve into, a higher state of consciousness, into this better self-concept, your person is either going to come up and match where you are, or they're going to fall away and they're going to leave your life. I don't agree with that. And I've had people, clients also worry about that. Well, I'm going to lose my person. I'm doing so well. I'm so healthy, and they're going to fall away. They won't be in my life. That only happens if you want it to happen. If you get to a place where you say, I'm no longer interested. I've met someone else that actually I'm happier with, and I want to have a relationship with this other person. Or, it's only going to happen if you choose that. But if you are still consciously saying, I choose this relationship, I choose my person, I choose to believe as I am becoming healthy and strong, that they are joining me in this journey, and this is leading us to, the best relationship ever, that is going to be what happens. So, I always want to throw that out, because it seems like people have a fear about that. And I've heard coaches say, they're just going to fall away. Not unless you choose that they fall away. All right. You don't have to worry about that. If you continue to want to be with them, and that is, a desire that's playing inside of you, it's going to work out in the healthiest, best way possible as you continue to evolve and put yourself on the pedestal. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is the third party. All right. In my own experience, when this came into my relationship and that third party entered, I was absolutely, I was floored, obviously, broken, hurt, all of that. Just, it hit me like a freight train. And I became obsessed for a while about that third party. Like, what is she that I am not? What kind of job does she have? How much money does she make? What kind of house does she have? How much prettier must she be than I am? Like, I was so obsessed because I was comparing. And that's a no-no, obviously. But I just could not take my attention off of her, because I was figuring out what it is. What do I not have? And the answer to that, you guys, would be nothing. This is just a mindset that this person over here, that, woman that came into my relationship, had to be way better than me. That's because I had the mindset of I wasn't enough at that point in time in my relationship. I didn't feel like I was good enough. I didn't feel like I was worthy. I had fears. I had a lot of things going on internally, and that's why that person showed up. But for a time, I obsessed about that person, because I kept asking those questions, why? So don't do that, because as long as I stayed in that state and just kept going round and round, why, guess what? That third party stayed right where she was. She stayed, she stayed. She wasn't going anywhere. So take your attention off of the third party. And that's what I eventually did. Now, I wasn't really aware of conscious manifesting when I got the third party out of my relationship. But we're always manifesting, right? And I was just bound and determined that I was not going to lose my partner in my relationship because of something like this. So I persisted. But eventually, I emotionally just kind of wore down, and that time frame, it was really intense. And so I just, for my own well-being and my own sanity, I just put her out of my mind and began to give myself time and attention. And I had a small child and just fully enjoy what I did have, which was my child. And our family, my other family, and just enjoy life. And I kind of began to release things just because I was tired of thinking of them. And as I did that, and I took my eyes off of that third party did just go away. All right. So I want you to release the third party by telling yourself, the more that you think about them, the more that you worry about them, the more that you entertain the what ifs, you are just keeping them in place. Okay. You don't have to, you don't have to even harbor the anger and the resentment and the bitterness. Just release them to something that is going to serve them better in their life. Release them to something that they're going to enjoy way more than, being involved with your person, your partner. Release them, let them go, and then try to the best of your ability to forget them. Because when you are thinking about them, you're giving them your attention, and that is your energy. So don't throw your energy away on the third party. Don't do it. Take your energy back. Take your energy back into building up you. Take your energy back into focusing on how amazing you are and what a great partner you are and how much you built up your specific person's life, how much you gave to them, and what a great person you are, and focus on all of that. Put your attention on those things. Give that third party very little attention. Because when you are obsessively thinking about them, even if it's from a place of worry and anger and hurt, you've put them on a pedestal basically because they are getting your energy. They are getting your very valuable energy. Don't give them your energy. Take them off the pedestal, wish them well, send them on the way, and know that they're going to leave your 3D experience. That's what you do when it comes to thinking about the third party. Think of them as little as possible. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. They're gone, and just release them to their best life with someone else. Okay. Now, the other thing that you can do, and this, I was kind of going in this direction. Don't give your energy to the third party, but do put your energy also on thinking about those beautiful experiences with your SP. If you have some really beautiful memories, some very emotional memories with them, holidays with them, or a vacation with them, or that special song that meant something to you, or those moments where you can think back about, the intimacy and the passion and the love and all of that. Think about those things, especially if it brings up a lot of emotion within you when you're thinking about your person, because guess what? Everyone is you pushed out. They're going to have on some level that emotional experience with you in their mind. They're going to be thinking about, do I really want to give that up? Do I never want to have that person in my life again because that was so amazing? They're going to be thinking about those things, okay? So reflect back on the good things, reflect back on the special things, reflect back on those amazing things that bring emotion into you. And you're also going to have to release your person insofar as, forgiving them for the third party, forgiving them for this situation, forgiving them for, other things that may have come up in the relationship prior to the third party, prior to the breakup. Maybe, as I said, if they came in and they were not their best self and they were maybe not a respectful, kinder person, forgive them for that version that came into your experience. Forgive yourself for manifesting that version in. Forgive them for being that person and begin to see them as mature, respectful, a person of integrity, a person worthy of how you are seeing yourself. So you're creating this whole new story for them and for you, right? So forgive them for all of that past stuff. And the reason forgiveness is important, again, it's not just for them. It's not that person that you don't really have to. It's because of the new story. So if you're holding on to the resentment, if you're holding on to the bitterness, if you're holding on to anger, then you're not able to fully focus on that new story and that belief that they can be this new person and a better person. So the forgiveness is really for you so that you can move past those things and live in the end of this new story, this new relationship without a third party ever again, because you're now both healthy. You're both now stable. You're new creations. Everything is new, right? So you begin to focus on the good parts of your relationship, releasing the old memories, forgiving, so that you can focus on other aspects that you want to create that are even better. Seeing your person differently now, seeing them as a different person, seeing them as someone that matches who you are in your internal story, right? The worthy, valuable, irreplaceable person, seeing them as earning, you back because they are stepping up to the plate and they're being that person now. You both are evolving, growing, maturing in this journey. Okay, guys, that is my video on how to get rid of the third party. So I'm just going to recap it. You have to create a new story about you and your worth and your value. You have to release your person from the old story, getting over it, getting past it. Also release yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't feel horrible. Don't feel like I did this. I made this perfect, wonderful person into the monster. Just realize that they have come in and resonated with where you were. Most likely, not always, but most likely. So don't be hard on yourself. Just move forward in the new story. Release the third party to something that's going to work better in their life. Focus on the good memories and create new memories by focusing on a new story with your person. So I intend that this is so helpful to you if you're dealing with something like this and you want more support. I've been through this. And I can help you get through that, and I can help you see the light at the end of the tunnel and get that third party out of your relationship and have you back with your person. You can do this, okay? All right. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.